Welcome back to another video on UFC. Today we'll be making our full card predictions for UFC 310. Starting off with the early prelims, Kennedy Nzechukwu versus Lucas Bursky. I find Bursky as a kind of tier 1 gatekeeper in the heavyweight division. But being said, Nzechukwu will be stronger, faster, more athletic, and overall more skill as he fought at light heavyweight. This is not a fair fight. Give me Kennedy Nzechukwu by first round knockout. Moving on, we have Chase Hooper versus Clay Guida. Chase Hooper is a massive favorite here, minus 1,150. You could get a good underdog on Clay Guida, but I don't really see him winning this one. I don't think Chase Hooper finishes him, but I'll say dominant decision by Chase Hooper. Next, we got Michael Chiesa versus Max Griffin. This will be competitive, probably, but I find Chiesa, most of his takedowns come from strength, but that being said, it's Max Griffin, and I feel like he can take Max Griffin to the ground, which is his key to victory. So give me Michael Chiesa by decision. And Cody Durden versus Joshua Van. Well, this one's pretty tough. I will take Van in this one, but it's a tough test. Cody Durden, a staple in the top 15. So give me Josh Van by decision, potentially a TKO. Then Chris Weidman versus Eric Anders. I don't know if I want to trust in a 40-year-old Chris Weidman. I don't know if I want to trust in Eric Anders. So I feel like experience probably will play a part in this. So I'm going to go Chris Weidman by decision. Randy Brown versus Brian Battle. This is a great fight. This is a great card. But Randy Brown, light on his feet, good striking, good technicality. Brian Battle, I think where he excels is his boxing. Kick's also good. He's got a lot of power, and I don't know if Randy Brown's the toughest guy, so I feel like Brian Battle will eventually get to him and get the knockout. So I'm going to say a knockout in round 3. And we have Movsar Evloev versus Aljamain Sterling. Incoming snooze fest, I think. But, most of the time when we get 2 grapplers in, it's a striking battle. Maybe that won't happen. I feel like Evloev probably will go for takedowns too. We might get some good grappling exchanges. But, if it goes to this tit-for-tat, boring decision, I'm going to favor Movsar Evloev. Now we have Vicente Luque versus Themba Gorimbo. Now, 5 years ago or something, I would have said Luque destroys Gorimbo. But, he doesn't really take shots the same way anymore. I don't know if Themba has shown the uttermost dominance in his recent performances, but he is quite good. So I'm actually going to go with Themba this time. It could go Luca's way, but I'm favoring Gorimbo. Dominic Reyes versus Anthony Smith. Rejuvenated Reyes. This was Reyes during his streak of downfall. I wouldn't really give him an advantage, but that being said, he's a good fighter. I feel like he's back, and I think he takes this one by TKO in round 2. Tough win for him, but Anthony Smith's tough guy, but I say advantage goes to Reyes. So Nate Landwehr versus Doo Ho Choi. This is the main card. Nate Landwehr, he gets hurt in almost every fight, but he always comes back. That's how I see this fight going. It'll probably get pretty scrappy, but I feel like Nate Landwehr will eventually find that shot, put Doo Ho Choi down, and finish the fight. So give me Nate Train by knockout in round 3. Bryce Mitchell versus Kron Gracie. Okay, this is an interesting fight. I feel like Kron Gracie will invite Bryce Mitchell to the ground, and Bryce Mitchell will accept, which honestly could be pretty good for him. I feel like Bryce Mitchell has an advantage in grappling, honestly. Kron Gracie has Gracie in his name. You'd assume he has good jiu-jitsu, which he does. But I feel like Bryce Mitchell is even better. So I don't feel like he finishes this fight. But on the feet, Bryce Mitchell takes, in my opinion, and on the ground. So I'm taking Bryce Mitchell by decision. Cyril Gane versus Alexander Volkov. This is a competitive fight. Pretty tough to predict. But seeing both styles, their first fight, I feel like Gane overall, better strategy, better game plan, and if he doesn't get caught, then I feel like he can cruise his way to a decision. Next, Shavkat Rakhmonov versus Ian Machado Gary. I made a video about this. I said Shavkat Rakhmonov, he pressures all his opponents and eventually they break. Though he is very prone to getting hit, so Ian Gary might finish this fight, but I eventually see Shavkat Rakhmonov getting to him and him stealing a round 5 TKO. Moving on to the main event, Alexandre Pantoja versus Kai Asakura. I also made its own dedicated video. I took Alexandre Pantoja on this one because I feel like he can out-grapple Asakura. He does pose a lot of problems, Asakura. His knee up the middle, very good. He hits hard. He can definitely hurt Pantoja. I don't know if he puts him out. I don't see it as the most likely. I feel like Pantoja submission is a lot more likely to happen, so I will go with champion Pantoja. This is a competitive fight, though. Expect it to get wild in some moments. But those are all my predictions for UFC 310. Hope you enjoyed this, and I'll see you in the recap.